Drew, obviously the Bowling Green defense came out. Coach Franklin told us they'd be physical.
Yeah.
What didn't you expect from them? What did you expect from them today?
I think we got everything that we expected. We knew coming in on both sides of the ball that Bowling Green's a really talented team. Like, it doesn't matter what level they're put at in conference, but they're a really good team. They're really talented. They got a couple good DBs. I know number one, like going into the game, I had a lot of respect for him. Just watching him throughout the week on film, and they had a good group of linebackers, and their D line was pretty good too. They did a lot of good things, a lot of different run twists up front to try to confuse our O line. I thought our O line did a good job of picking most of those up for the most part. But overall, I think it was what we expected. We knew they were going to come out and play hard, play physical, play fast, and we expected nothing less. But they're a really talented group.
When you're in a tight game like this, how valuable is it to have a guy like Tyler over there? He's just so consistent.
Yeah, it's very valuable. Like you said, he's very consistent. Probably one of the most consistent guys on our team on both sides of the ball. And obviously, he's a really big target, so that's nice. And he just finds ways to get open. Like, he's a really good job of feeling zone versus man and those sorts of things. And he's super crafty and savvy in that aspect of his game. And obviously, he's a really good run blocker. So very complete tight end, and it's really nice to have that as an option to throw to.
When he catches the ball in an open field, he doesn't run like a tight end. Like when you complete a pass and you see him kind of move in an open field, what's that like for you seeing him out there?
It's definitely like we're gonna get a bigger game than I expected, because obviously like most tight ends, it's just not they're part of their game. But I think we have a really talented tight end group, and Ty has that ability, but all of our tight ends have that ability. But it's cool for them to showcase that just for other teams that are upcoming on our schedule. So they're gonna have to respect them, not only as run blockers and pass catchers, but playmakers with the ball in their hand.
I know it's fresh, but how do you assess your play in the game like this?
I think overall I did a pretty good job. There's definitely going to be some things I want to have back. Obviously that interception. Honestly, it was a really good play by the DB. I thought it was going to be cover zero. Looked at cover zero. I was like, all right, I'm going to give Trey a shot. And the corner that was to the field outside of Trey did a really good job of just reacting to the throw in the air. So obviously I would like to have that back and see that, recognize that quicker. There was a couple passes. The one to Julian, I missed him on a quick out. But I thought I played pretty clean overall. There's always going to be things to clean up, but I think as a quarterback room, we did a really good job of preparing for this week. And Bowling Green threw a lot of stuff at us, but I thought we were really well prepared, and we did a lot of good things throughout the game.
Drew, how would you describe the vibe in the locker room after a win like this, where you went 1-0, but it wasn't maybe as emphatic as West Virginia was?
I think it's just a win at the end of the day. There's it's hard to win in college football, no matter who you're playing or who you're playing against, wherever you're playing. It's hard to win in college football. Obviously, we want to play cleaner on both sides of the ball. I know offensively there was a couple penalties. I felt offensively, I don't think we stopped ourselves many times. There was a lot of penalties where we put ourselves in hard situations and backed up situations that are hard to convert on, and Bowling Green did a good job of making those looks tough on us. But I think at the end of the day, if we clean up the pre-snap penalties, we'll put in the penalties during the plays, we'll be in a lot better spot, and we'll be in a lot better positions to sustain drives more often, and make third downs a little bit more manageable for us.
You mentioned the penalties. That PI call on Amari, what did you see from that vantage point? Because that looked like kind of a bang-bang play. So.
Honestly, I didn't really see it because I was so far behind the play. I guess I'd have to look at it. I know, I don't know what happened, but I'm guessing Amari was just hand fighting at the end of the day, which he has to do. He can't just let DBs grab him and stuff like that. It's a part of his game where he's really grown and just being more physical in general. And honestly, obviously we don't want the PI to be called, but I think he did a really good job today of just making contested catches. Obviously a touchdown, beat his guy deep. That would have been another one. But we can only worry about what we can control. We can't really control what the refs call. So when that happens, we just have to flush it and move on to the next player, next series.
Drew, what value